Hey everyone, Mike Minium here. We're going to talk about the Sunday workout. It's actually two workouts. They'll be scored separately, but one will happen right after the other. Let's look at this drawing real quick, and I'll come back to this in a second, and then let's come over here right now and we'll just run through the workout. So what we're calling workout C1, you're going to have 6 minutes to work up to a 1 rep max. We'll call it clean, and I'll explain that in a second. Clean and then shoulder to overhead. Now, a few rules behind that, we'll get to that in the standards, but it's a squat clean and then shoulder to overhead anyhow. We'll get to that in a second. So that's 6 minutes. Immediately following that 6 minutes, we're going to get into the next part, which is a chipper. It's for time, and it starts with a run from the clean and jerk area, C1 area, to the track, okay? And we're going to start here at one end zone, and we have burpees here. You're going to do 25 burpees. Next, you're going to lunge 100 yards down to the other end zone, and then you're going to do 5 rounds of this little couplet here, 15 shoulder to overhead with dumbbells, 1 in each hand, 40 pounds and 25 pounds. 40 pounds for men, 25 for women. 15 of those, followed by a 100-yard farmer's walk with that same set of dumbbells. And you're going to do that 5 times. And how we're going to do it is, for the farmer's walk, you'll go up and back. This is the 50-yard mark, so 100 yards in total, 50 up and back. You'll just go in between shoulder and overhead, farmer's walk, shoulder and overhead, farmer's walk, etc. until you do 5 rounds of that in total. Come back here, cross the line for the last time, drop the dumbbells. Get into your burpees, 25 burpees. Then you're going to get into rowing, row 500 meters. And again, we'll go over the standards for all this in a second. And then finally, you're going to sprint here to the 50-yard line. So this is 50 yards, and then another 400 roughly around the track. So you finish with a 450-yard run. So that's the workout. Let's get into the standards. Let's start with C1. This is the first part. It's the squat, clean, and shoulder to overhead move. You have 6 minutes to get to this. First part, go ahead and show a squat clean. So he's going to pass right through the squat clean. There you go. Then he's going to send it up and overhead. Good. Now let's talk about that in a little bit more detail. Okay, go ahead and drop it, Austin. So first part, squat depth. The crease of the hip has to pass below the knee. Go ahead and show that and hold that at the bottom. There it is. Crease of hip clearly below knee, and then go ahead and stand up. Now, for here, we're going to just say it has to be somewhere between above nipple and below chin, and then you get it up and overhead any way you want. You can press it, you can push press it, however you want to do it. Up and overhead, and then we need to see straight leg, open hip, shoulders, elbows extended, and a little bit of the ear in front of the shoulder, okay? So that's the overhead position. You guys are pretty familiar with that. Now, on this clean portion, you can also go power clean, stand up, and then squat down, okay? You can do that. It's a much harder route, less efficient, but you're welcome to do that, and then you can send it up and overhead. And now it satisfies the requirement as well. There's split, but he's got to finish the split, got to stand up, legs extended, hips extended, elbows, shoulders extended. And you see a little bit of shoulder. Okay, so that's the squat clean and, I'll say squat clean and jerk movement, squat clean and shoulder to overhead movement. And you have 6 minutes to find that max. Okay, immediately following that, right at the 6-minute mark, you're going to run to the burpees. And let's show burpee now. This is the good old CrossFit standard. Most notably, it's going to be the full extension of the leg, hip, with the arms overhead and a little bit of a clap overhead. You have to get off the ground. So Austin, go ahead. Go down to the bottom, chest and hip touch, so full contact with the ground. Then he's going to come up, and he's going to jump up, open up completely off the ground with the clap overhead. Just like so. That's what we're looking for. Very strict standard. We're going to be all over you if you don't do this. We can't leave any angle on the hip. Show a weak ass one. That would not count, okay? That would not count. None of those would count. Show an open one. And There you go. So that's nice. Good, awesome. Don't get too out of breath there. Okay. Next thing, 100-yard walking lunges. So after 25 burpees, we get into the walking lunges. Now what we're looking for is knee coming into contact with the ground, the grass in the case of the workout, and then opening up all the way. So we need to see a straight leg, open hip at the top, okay? So knee coming up, like so. Just like so. Knee touches, and then he stands up, okay? Got to go through the full range of motion. As fast as you want, but you got to be standing, okay? Got to be standing. Got to pass through that, okay? Next, dumbbell shoulder to overhead. We're doing 5 rounds of this couplet. Dumbbell shoulder to overhead, any way, anyhow. You can even split jerk it if you wanted to. But we got to see, again, just like with the overhead components, straight leg, open hip, shoulders in front of the ears, arms straight up and overhead. So you're going to do 15 of those, and then you're going to farmer's walk. So it's push, press, Joe push, jerk. Good. And then, but you have to stand up, and then you can even split jerk it if you wanted. Stand up all the way, and there it counts. Okay, good. All right, then farmer's walk. Just has to be below. Oh yeah, starting position. Yep. And then starting position, it has to be in contact with the shoulder at the start of this. Okay, we can't have it dangling. Any gap between the bell and your shoulder, the rep won't count. Okay, you can't have it hovering. The part of the bell has to be in contact with the shoulder. And let's go farmer's walk now. We want it below the hip, above the knee. And you can have a little bit of bend in your arms. It's not going to be that great of an advantage to do that. And you can run. You can go as fast as you want. You just have to be holding this thing, okay? You cannot rest it on you. If you do, then you have to stop, okay? You can't, I should say, you can't advance the dumbbells while resting them on you. They have to be off of you to the side, okay? And no throwing it forward and picking it up. Wherever you drop it or let go, that's wherever your feet are, that's where you'll have to resume, okay? So if you throw it forward, you're going to have to run back and start over again from where you let go of it. Okay, so that's the farmer's walk. Then we get 25 burpees, and then we go with the row, 500 meters. No real standards to cover there, but you do have to, just like if you competed in the regionals last year, the NorCal regionals, the rower has to go to 500 before you can get off the seat. You can finish rowing at 490 and just let it finish, but you can't get off the rower until it hits the 500 meter mark. And then you run. Hopefully you guys know how to run and know the deal with that. And that is it. That is the workout C1 and C2, Sunday workout. And hope to see you guys out there killing it.